Hello, it is Niemira from VanFUNDING Vancouver conference, and today we are hosting and welcoming Thomas Alvord from Founded Today. And you are a CEO and the chairman of Founded Today.
Yeah, co-founder and chairman.
Co-founder and chairman.
Zach Smith is the
yes,
CEO.
Yes, but you are a founder of Coin.
Oh, sorry, yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's really fantastic. Thank you so much for being here with us. And Founded Today, a successful company, very successful platform for crowdfunding. You are actually a third right now when it comes to the amount of the money which you raised for the companies. Mm-hmm. So why all of a sudden right now you are interested in forming a new company, Coin?
Yeah, that's a great question. I probably would answer that because we're in Canada with a quote by Wayne Gretzky. Actually, we went to a hockey game yesterday, yes. And as we were kind of looking at hockey, Wayne Gretzky said, "Good players play where the puck is. Great players play where the puck is going, or going to be." Right?
I like that.
And so, I view cryptocurrency as, and not just cryptocurrency, but the whole blockchain, as going to have a huge transformation on all of society. And so with that, we're already kind of in the capital finance world with the millions of dollars we've raised with Funded Today. And so because of that interest and seeing where things are going with blockchain and having an interest in it, that's where I co-founded, that's where I went and I founded coin.com.
Mm-hmm. So coin.com, that is going to be a platform for the quotation.
Yes.
But also is going to be and representing the indices, like from different markets around the world. Mm-hmm. So how you are going to have this one done, like, and how this is going to be different between what is now and what you are going to offer through your platform?
Yeah, that's a great question. So coin.com, as you mentioned, we have a website where people can see the price of all of the cryptocurrencies, and there's already sites that do that, and there's already people who've created indices for crypto. So what's different? One of the main things is we're creating a site where everything tracks real time. So every second we're processing thousands of transactions across every single crypto exchange that is meaningful, right? That has any amount of volume. And so you're able to track things real time, see how all of the different exchanges and markets are performing. But the main difference with the indices is everyone who's created an index so far has created an index typically to just track a fund. Meaning, I'm a fund and I'm going to create an index that is going to track the top 10 coins. And for a fund, that's fine, but it's not really giving you any valuable information, right? Right now, if you go and you're reading the news and people talk about the crypto market and the blockchain market and what's happening with it, nobody is quoting an index. And there's some exchanges that actually have created their own index, and it basically takes all of their coins and they say, here's an index for how the markets move, but it's maybe 20 coins or 100 coins, right? There's nothing that represents the market. So that's what we're looking at creating. We're working with professors from Yale, Harvard, Chicago, Cambridge University to create a robust index that journalists, funds can use as a benchmark to look at the market and see what's happening. Because, and again, it's kind of seeing where's the puck going? Because if you look at how you quote the market, the top 10 coins make up 80-90% of all of the market right now. But it's not going to be like that 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road. So we want to start creating the indices that people use. And so that's where we're creating indices that will allow people to see what's happening in the market on a broad level that nobody has created that yet. And so we want to have something that's more valuable.
So this is going to be a fantastic platform. I can already see it. So Usually those kind of the platforms require extreme also security and technology. So how you are going to actually tackle that issue? Because we are right now like, yes, we're talking cryptocurrencies, we're talking blockchain. So how you are going to have everything generated, and it's like sensitive data information as well. So security is involved with that too.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, and I'll expand slightly. So coined.com kind of has 3 tiers, right? The first tier is, here's a website with all the coins, real time, what's the prices across all of the markets in the whole world, right? The second are the indices, right? Different crypto indices. And then the third are actually index coins. An index coin is basically an ETF or a mutual fund, but it would be in the form of a coin, right? Or it's a tokenized fund. That would actually require a lot of security and a lot of work to make sure it doesn't get hacked. But that's down the road, right? We're not looking at that right now. In terms of actually creating the indices, that actually technologically should be very easy, but it's actually incredibly difficult.
I can imagine. That's
because we are having to process 100 million trades every 24 hours, right? And take all of those trades, and every single trade, if there's a trade of say Bitcoin on the exchange Coinbase that moves $2, well, that's going to move the average price of Bitcoin just a little bit. And when the average price of Bitcoin moves a little bit, that's going to move the index a little bit, and it's all volume weighted. Now the difficulty is actually not the calculation. The calculation can be done. The difficulty is actually all of the different crypto exchanges, when we integrate with their APIs, they're not all robust. Some of them don't allow us to get a stream of data, some of us do, some of them do. Some of them are buggy, some of them don't allow us to get historical data. And so we're having to create a few different ways that we're integrating individually one by one to each of these exchanges, and then to validate that the data we're getting is accurate. And we're assuming right now that the data we're getting from the exchange, that the exchange is saying, is accurate. So with that assumption, and over time that may change, we might exclude different exchanges, but technologically, which the technology element should actually not be the most difficult, but right now it's what's the biggest delay in completing everything. But we're on our way. We have 4 developers working on it, and it's been a good project, and we found solutions to kind of address the issues that we've been running into.
So it is in a way like a long-term project.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll have to, that will actually take time to have everything implemented and data generated, and most importantly, getting in all those partnerships with all those trading platforms.
Yeah, and so really, when I first started looking at this and was working with our team about creating this, the starting point was actually the index coins. And working back, basically, hey, let's create an index coin, right? Because you have so much money that flows into indices. John Bogle, the founder of Vanguard, I think just yesterday came out and he said, hey, look, in the near future, more than 50% of money are going to be in indices and not in the underlying stocks or bonds or whatever it might be. He was actually saying that because it can be problematic if you have BlackRock and Vanguard and just a couple others that have that own and run all of these indices, so they have so much voting control, right? So he was looking at it from a voting perspective, which I actually think crypto indices could solve, but that's another discussion. But basically, what happens is you have people who are investing, and they want to invest, institutional investors want to invest in an array of an asset class, right? Not just one stock or one real estate property or one bond, right? It's always in an index because it gives them diversification. So that's where I say, okay, no one has done this with crypto effectively, right? They're creating indices, they're creating funds, but it's like a fund that's an artificial intelligence. That's not really the fund, right? A passive fund that's giving you broad exposure, like say the S&P 500, right? So that's what we're looking at creating, but having to do that, we had to work backwards. Well, you can't have an index coin or index coins until you actually have the indices. Well, you can't have the indices until you have the real-time price of all of the cryptocurrencies across all of the different exchanges, right? So we're kind of working backward, but at the same time building up. So the index coins are down the road, but we're building a community for the indices with journalists, for the live coin tracking. So that's what we're working on currently.
Okay, that's absolutely super. I'm truly looking forward for that project. It's a long-term project, a lot of effort, a lot of your time is going to be dedicated to it. But truly, congratulations on the idea. And for all the ones who are going to use it, we are all looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you. Okay. Thanks.